All right. Hello, ladies. I'm going to be quick because we only have 40 minutes, and that's not long. Okay, so I'm going to start with just the first 5 minutes. We're going to add. I want you to go to Facebook, at least send 20 friend requests. And then I want you to go to Instagram and add 30 people. And so on Facebook, I want to make sure that you do not add from suggestions, okay? If you're adding from suggestions and we're friends, you're going to be adding my customers. You're going to be adding my friends. So to add properly on Facebook, you're going to go to a friend's picture who has a whole bunch of likes, and you're going to go to those likes and you're going to add. And I usually add people that I have at least 2 friends in common with or more. Back in the day, I added a bunch of people who I just had one friend in common with. I went up to her post and went boom, 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 boom. And she contacted me and she's like, why are all my friends saying you're sending them friend requests? So I was like, oh, sorry. So if they have at least 2 friends in common, they don't know where it came from. And they can't be like, why are you adding my friends? So super important. Make sure you have more than 2 friends in common. And then on Instagram, I usually go start adding while I talk. And then on Instagram, I usually do the same thing. I go to people's likes and I will just add women, just boom, 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 boom. Or I'll search like stuff locally if I want to add people who are locally, or I found a famous person that I kind of have a lot in common with, and I actually add all her people. I'm not going to say her name because I don't want you to steal it, and I'm getting a lot of love from that. But don't add more than 30 on Instagram in an hour or you will get blocked, and usually about 20 on Facebook. So I'm 5 minutes. So we're going to do that for 5 minutes. So go add. How do I turn off my echo? I don't know if I can do that. But super important, don't add from Facebook suggestions. Okay. Hello. And I'm going to mute you all. Add it in the chat if you want to say something. And so while you guys are adding, I'm just going to throw out some other messages that I wanted to put out there. If you had anybody who signed up as a new customer with the BOGO event, make sure you're reaching out to them, because the auto shipment that was set up was just 1 bag of coffee. So send them a message and be like, hey, how are you liking your coffee? And I just want to let you know that right now your auto shipment is set up for only 1 bag of coffee. And if you want a 30-day supply, which I recommend for you to reach your goals, we need to update your auto shipment. Okay. And that way it's going to double your BV too. So make sure you do that. I think the thing was on the 25th. So just make sure you do that before the 25th. Oops. Another thing that I've been seeing is make sure you don't share somebody's post. If you see like a funny meme or a picture or anything like that, save it to your phone and post it as your own. I got 2 potentials yesterday, and I was like, well, just out of curiosity, because they had commented on one of my posts, but we weren't friends. And I was like, how did you get to my page? And she's like, oh, somebody shared your meme. And so I went to your profile, went through your pictures, and saw your post. So make sure people are sharing your content instead of you sharing other people's content. Because if you share somebody else's picture, that's going to direct people away from your page and onto theirs. And you want people being directed to your page, okay? Super important. Don't share. Save and repost as your own. You want to be like, yeah, I'm funny, not Dave is funny. You know what I mean? And another thing about the following, make sure that on Instagram that you have more people following you than you are following. It makes people want to follow you more. If you're following like 5,000 people and you only have like 500 followers, it's going to look very spammy. So it's important to unfollow, and I'll go through later how I kind of unfollow on Instagram. But you're also just gonna, I would say, pick a day, maybe two, where instead of adding 30 throughout the day, you're unfollowing 30 here and there. There's an app that's called Cleaner, and it'll pull up all the people who are not following you. Now it's working for Janae. Janae set it up so she can click on it and it'll unfollow 30 people at a time. I did that for 2 days and it blocked me. So now I just have it pull up the names of all the people who are unfollowing me, and I just like really quickly go like search them, unfollow, search, unfollow, search, unfollow. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but you don't want, I've been blocked from like, I think it was like 2.5 weeks one time for following too quickly and unfollowing too quickly on Instagram, and you don't want that to happen. Super important. Okay. So next, now that you're done, does Cleaner still work? See, Janae still works. She set it up so it would only unfollow 30 people every bunch, but I did that for 2 days and then it stopped. It wouldn't let me do it anymore. So you can try, like if it hasn't been an issue for you in the past, like if you haven't blocked, it might not block you, but just make sure it's set up in the settings so it's only unfollowing 30 people at a time. And then just go in like once or twice a day or 3 times a day. Sorry, I got the hiccups. I had a rough day, so I was like, White Claw. I'm like, one day on my diet and I already need a beer. Anyway, yeah. So we're gonna go over to host a post. So if you haven't already, put up a post today for people to comment on for host a post, and make sure you're putting them in your stories too, and be creative with it. Yesterday I did one that said drop your dream vacation below for a chance to win a $100 Target gift card and 4 tickets to Disneyland, and I got over like 100 comments. I can put that in there. So Disneyland, everybody can offer Disneyland. The $100 Target gift card, you need to send Janae $5 if you want to do the $100 gift card. And then people are like, drop your favorite dance move, like come up with something. You should create one every single day. And then you should also be messaging people directly to ask them to host a post. So I'm going to put a couple of things in here really quick, because I get like 80% of my customers from host a post. 4 tickets to Disneyland. Like people are like, drop your favorite movie for a chance to win. Make sure you put for a chance to win, because if you're like, drop a dream vacation below for an entry, then people are like, I thought I just had to drop it for an entry. So I always put a chance to win. And then I will message them this. So if somebody comments on it, you're going to put, I will message you on every single one, because every time you put a comment on there, it's going to pop your host to post up. And then I send them this. Boop. I'm excited you're interested in my giveaway for an entry. All you have to do is copy and paste a post to your wall for referrals, and I will contact anyone who comments, are you in? And then you can take a screen, like, and then you make sure you want to put it in your stories too, because the stories is where I get the people to host a post for Instagram. So make sure you always have, like, as soon as it deletes out of your stories, throw one in again. Like you should always have one in your stories with an active poll. And then this is the message that I send people, just asking them to host a post. Okay, if you guys haven't seen it before, I print out, oh, here comes my son. I print out my friends list from Facebook like this. I can put directions in the team page on how to do that. And I always go to the oldest friend first. There you go. I always go oldest to new, and I just go one by one. Boop, 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 boop. I pull up their page. I go look at their profile. If they look like they sell something similar, I delete them. If not, I'll maybe drop a comment on their page while I'm there, and then I'll send them a thing asking them to host a post. And when I get done with my list, I go back in and I print from when the last thing was printed to the new. And because I add so many people, like even though I'm always asking people that I've been friends with for months, like months, because it takes so long to get through them all. That like right now I'm doing May 2019. Right? And then you can just reprint it and reprint it. And right now, this host a post is killing it. Signed 4 people from this host a post yesterday. So I'm going to put it in here really quick. And make sure you change your name. And this is just the host a post I'm sending everybody with my before and after. But you can also just find a before and after as well. But I drop it with my before and after. You can do just the words. Make sure you put your name in there, where my name is. And then you can always drop it before and after in the comments. Yeah. And so this is my script for a host a post. I have this all saved as text replacement. Boom. That's my first message I send people. And then when they're like, oh, how much? Boom. And then I send that. And then I try to upsell them. We'll go into that later. I'm going to run out of time. And make sure that if you're new, before you start host a posting, that you go into your settings on Facebook and turn on your timeline review. That's where you have to approve for something that somebody tags you in to appear on your page. Because you don't want all your host a posts that you're doing to appear on your page and be going in your feed. So you don't ever approve them or deny them. You just leave them in the timeline review. And then that way, if you ever want to go and boost your posts, like sometimes on the weekends or during the work week after 5, I will go and just drop a comment or a before and after on all my host a posts, so that it's popping back up in people's feeds, okay? And so I just have them all saved there in my timeline review. Make sure they are not appearing on your profile, because that will look super spammy, okay? If somebody's trying to decide if they want to be your friend or not, they're going to be like, what? Dude, my little voice echoing is driving me nuts. Timeline review, host a post, okay. My feet are asleep. And so make sure you're taking a screenshot, and if you're in the Target giveaway, you're putting it on our post. The Disneyland giveaway, you just need to write everybody's name down, pick somebody, and then send it to that girl in the Make It Happen Wrappers page who's giving away the Disneyland tickets on the last day of the month. Okay? All right, did everybody get the post up? So save those messages into your phone. And I'm telling you, host a post is life. Yesterday, I put that post up, and I think it was like 15 people actually posted a post for me. And I think yesterday I signed 4 customers, and then I got about 22 potentials. Out of those 14 host a posts, 2 of them took off. The rest of them did nothing, which happens to everybody. But those 2, that's all you need is those 2. That's 2, that's all you need. And I got 25 potentials and signed 4 customers yesterday from host a post. Okay, host a post is huge. And I find nothing works better than TFX. You can try other things. If they've already done a TFX one for me, then I usually go to like hair, skin, and nails. And then if they've already done hair, skin, and nails, then I'll go on to like a business post because there's some people who just like to re-enter. Okay. And so I'll give you 2 more minutes. And then we are going to go to Instagram and offer the business. But this is what I'm going to want you to do. What I do. So I interact, unfollow, and offer the business all at the same time. I go to my followers and I scroll up a bit. That way I'm not sending it to people who I just became friends with. I scroll up a bit and then I'll click on people, you know, and first I will click on their followers. And if they're following you back, your name will be at the very top. Okay. And if it's not, I just go unfollow on to the next. Okay. And if they're following me, I'm like, okay, they're following me. I will go and drop a comment or two on their most recent pictures. And then I offer them the business. And this is what I've been offering right here. Hold on. Now, you're going to have to change this because I have a spot in here. It says, hey, and you put their name. And then there's a spot in there for you to comment something nice about their page. Like, oh my gosh, your dogs are adorable. Or, oh my gosh, you're so cute. Something personal that lets them know that you've actually looked at their page, that you actually know who they are. Because who was it that said it? Amber Parker. So I just dropped the message in there. So I want you to go to Instagram, and we're going to be sending that out for the next 15 minutes while you're unfollowing and interacting. Who was it? Somebody said, anyway, and it's really true. 10 personalized messages is going to get you further in this business than 100 cold messages. So taking that extra minute to comment on their page, put their name in that message, put a little remark like, oh my gosh, you're so cute, your kids are cute, your dog is cute, something to show that you actually have been to their profile, that you know who they are, is going to be way more impactful than just generic, hey girl, you want to join my business? Okay. So I want you to put their name in there. I want you to go to their profile, comment on like 1, 2 things, don't like, actually make a comment, and then you send them that message, okay? And then you just follow the script. I've been using the new script that Christy has that we have in the team page with the videos. It's going really good. So then you'll just follow that script from there. And if at any point you don't know what to say, ask your upline, because that's why we're here. That's like, I would rather you ask me than just go rogue. Okay. So I want you to go send that message out, comment, and unfollow all at the same time on Instagram for 15 minutes. And then while you're doing that, I just want to go over a couple of things that I've been noticing too. Super important. Your profiles are everything. Think of it as your like storefront. Like if you drove up to a store and it just looked like scary and like just unattractive, like would you go in the store? Probably not. So make sure your profiles are very personal. It doesn't say it works. It doesn't look like you sell anything. It's very like your hobby. Make sure you fill out everything they have for you to fill out. Like make sure you have a profile that like, you know, really clean, nice picture, a profile that's like what your hobbies are, what you like to do. Are you a mommy? And then I also like, before I add every day, I'll usually kind of go into my profile and delete anything that's not attractive. Like those posts from a few days ago that were just like words like Who wants TFX? Like anything that doesn't have a lot of comments on it, if you're on Facebook, you can hide them, and then that way you can always find them later, and they'll still show up in people's feeds, but they won't show up on your profile. And in Instagram, you can archive any of your old posts, and then that way you can always go into your archives and make sure that you messaged everybody that liked a post. Okay, but then that way, because people, when you send them a friend request or a follow request, they look at your profile and decide in seconds on whether they want to follow you back or accept your friend request. So they need to look at your profile. So look at your profile and be like, would I be friends with me? If you wouldn't be friends with yourself, nobody else is going to be friends with you. So make sure your profile is very pretty. It's very, very important. And that it's personal. Personal, personal, personal. Okay. And then posting. So lately I've been seeing a lot of posts that are like, who wants to join my business? Who wants to make $500? Who wants to lose 30 pounds in 90 days? And those are fine every once in a while, but you have to remember, if you're new to the business, you need to assume that everybody that's seeing your posts has no idea what you do. They have no idea what you do. So when you're like, who's been ready to join me? It's like, just assume nobody knows what you do or what you sell. So if you're making a post about a product, are you telling them what this product does? You have to assume that people don't know what your product is doing. So make sure you're taking that extra minute to like intrigue them. You got to give them something like, this is what the business will do for you, or this is what the business does for me, or this is what the business can do for you. This is what the business is going to do for me. You got to let them know what the business is and why they want to join the business, not just, do you want to make $500? Because most people don't just join the business because did you join the business because somebody posted, do you want to make $500? Probably not. So make sure you're like putting those extra couple minutes in there to like let them know why they want the product. Like, who wants to try my skinny brew? Assume that people have no idea what skinny brew is. It's like, they're like, what the heck is skinny brew? Like, you need to be like, skinny brew, like, are you looking for like freaking amazing energy? Like, want to lose weight? You want to do this, want to do that? Dude, I got the coffee for you. You have to tell them what the products do. And also, if you're starting in the business, if you haven't been in it for a long time and people don't know what you do, you need to be showing a lot of before and afters. I can be like, who wants to lose 30 pounds? And it's because all my followers have seen me for 2 years. They know, they've seen me sharing millions of people losing weight. I'm telling you, before and afters will get you so much more customers than who wants to lose 30 pounds in 30 days. Like, people need to see the results. And especially when you're new to the business, they're like, oh, what is this? Like, how am I going to trust you that this coffee you say makes you lose weight? So make sure you're sharing before and afters, like every other day or every day. But those also, if they're corporate, is before and afters. You can find tons of them kind of anywhere. All of our team pages, in the album section, there's tons of pictures. I was just on, I think it was Make It Happen Rappers. One of the team pages the other day had just massive before and afters. But you can also just like Google it, like before and after Thermophyte X. It works. They're all over the place. All the album sections in Live Your Life, We Are Legends, Make It Happen Rappers. And I think, yeah, we have some, but yeah, you can Google them. They're just like popping up everywhere. Google, it's amazing. They're in there. Now, if they don't have the approved thing that says it works, I got in trouble for this. They made me take them all down because you have to have that in there. But I have a lot of before and afters that I like love to share that aren't approved, but they show better pictures. So if your profile is public, this is what I've been doing. If you're going to show a before and after that has not been corporate approved and your page is public, just make sure that your post, you can change per post, just put that only your friends can see that post. And then that way corporate can't see it if they're looking at your page. That's what I'm hoping is working, okay? And also I've been removing them. After a day or two that a before and after has been up, I delete it because I got in trouble. They like went down my page and they were like, you can't be approving, da, 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 da. And I'm guessing it's because my before and after kind of went everywhere and everybody was sharing it. And so make sure your before and afters are not public, that only your friends can see them if your page is public. And Instagram too, I'm private on Instagram. I find I get more followers back that way. You can be public if you want, but I wouldn't suggest it. That way you could just kind of hide your before and afters. But if you're new, before and afters are where it's gonna want to be. Like a before and after is gonna do so much better than, hey, who wants to lose 30 pounds? Drop an emoji. Those kind of posts work for like probably people like me and Janae long better because, you know, we've been around for 2 years. People have been watching us for 2 years. But so taking that couple minutes to just assume whoever is seeing your post, whether it's a product or a business, has no idea what you do or what you sell. Okay? Super important. Take that minute to like a business, instead of who wants to make $500, drop an emoji. No, a post of why you joined the business or what the business is going to do for you or what it could do for them or what it did for somebody else. Share somebody else's story is going to go way better than just who wants to join my business. Okay. And make sure that you're posting, you know, I only post about the business once a day, and products, I've been doing it like twice a day now. And then just make sure you're putting personal stuff in there too. Super important for your story too. Your story, I go through some people's stories and they're all product and business. And it's like nobody is gonna look at your stories if it's all commercials. Would you watch a TV show if it was all commercials? No. So make sure it's like personal, 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 and then boom, product. Personal, 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 boom, business. Or you integrating them both, your personal life with the product. And if you're taking any product, whatever it is, like you think, oh, I just made my greens, just take a picture of you with your greens, pop it in your story. Like I had a picture yesterday of me stirring just a boomerang of me making celery. And then right afterwards, I just put up this little picture I have that has all the things that celery does. I had like 15 people ask me about the celery just from that. So make sure you're just sharing any products that you're using any time of the day. And I usually show myself doing it, and then I'll do like a little info sheet with a little poll right next to it. Oh my gosh, my feet are falling asleep because I just sat on them for too long. I don't know what's up with my computer, but if I sat in my chair, it'd just be like, here's my forehead. Anyway, so make sure you save all those yes, I'm telling you, consistency is crazy. People are like, make sure you save all those messages I put in the chat. If you're just popping on, I put a whole bunch of messages in the chat. But consistency is the key. Like legit, I saw these shoes on the ad on Facebook. They just kept going by. They just kept going by. Do you know what I did? I bought those shoes. But it was probably like the 10th time I saw the ad that I finally went, fine, I'm going to buy your damn shoes. So that's why consistency is so important, because I'll still have people who have been friends with me on Facebook for a year, and I'll ask them to host a post, and they're like, well, what do you do? So like the more consistent, because people are on Facebook different times of the day, super important to be consistent. Like, you will not find a day that me and Janae do not post. We will post every day. I don't care what I'm like. I was sick with like the flu for 3 weeks. Like, I'm still consistently posting. And from that, people just reach out because they're like, okay, girl, I've seen your coffee like 10 times now. Like, what in the heck? I'm like, all right, let me get you right now. Okay. And then follow up too. Oh my gosh. It was like, I signed somebody yesterday. I sent them follow-up messages every single month since, what was it? Oh, it was like November 2018. Okay. They left me on red for an entire year, but they had told me that they wanted to lose weight. So I messaged them. I have a monthly message that I send out to my monthly messenger people. And a year later, she's like, okay, I'm ready. And she signed up, and it was like 125 BV or something like that. So you think, I know you want everybody that you talk to sign up immediately, but you got to remember, you're going to need customers next month and next month and next month and next month. So your goal should just be potentials. I just want potentials. Because those potentials will turn into customers or distributors one day. You just have to keep following. Like, I follow up every single day. I don't take people out of my follow-up book until they block me. They say, hell no. And so then it's like, people are like, how are you, I've already signed 13, 14 customers this month. It's because every day I have a follow-up like this. Because every day I'm getting new potentials from host to post, and I'm following up. If I started talking to them yesterday from a host to post, I follow up the very next day, and then maybe one more day, and then I'll go out like 2 days, 2 days, 2 days, and then it turns into a week, and then it'll be like 2 weeks, and then they go on my month rotation. But they will sign eventually. So follow up, super important. And messaging for the business. Like, I don't think I've had very few people who reached out to me. Like, I've had to follow up with people. You have to message people and offer them the business. That is the only way you're going to get distributors. Like, and so you message somebody. What it is you message somebody, they don't message you back, but now you're on their radar. Now they're like, who is this? That's when they go to your page and they read these inspirational business posts and what the business is doing to you. And that's what's going to make people want to join your team. Just don't get naked on my video, okay? Did you see my first host-to-post video I did the other day? Had to delete it because her naked, I watched it back and she just comes out naked on that public when I was doing the host-to-post giveaway. I'm like, really? I gotta redo this video because my naked daughter hanging out. And so, yeah, I probably loaded you guys up with information you guys already know. Unmute all. Does anybody have any questions about anything that I just said?
I do not.
No. Oh. I unmuted everybody. That nigga go crazy.
No, at all.
No, not at all. Okay, good. I'm gonna put it in the team page. Even though it was like a work sesh, I'm gonna put it in the team page. So if you have any newbies, be like, because these are all tips that I've just noticed from all my new girls recently, and they're all like super important stuff. Like, this is all stuff that just makes the world go round. It's like super important. And we don't, like, I look at my post 2 years ago, I like legit on my timeline yesterday saw that did I delete it? I had a picture, that bundle of like the ketones. It was like it was a bundle of like the keto something. It was all green. And I was like, that was my post for the day, was like, look at this keto pack of ketones. And I mean, it was just bright green, and I had wrote all these words all over it. I was like, oh, jeez. And nobody bought that pack. So we want to tell you guys all this so that you don't have to go through all the struggles that we went through at the beginning of this business. That's why we just want to help you out, because we struggled, we went through the struggle. And so now it's like, okay, we've got this down. We just want to help you so you don't have our struggles and you can succeed faster than we succeeded. Okay? That makes sense? So I'm going to just stop the recording really quick.